Welcome to the comment section, bringing you the best comments from across social media platforms.
I just wanted to jump on real quick, say good morning, and I got as you can imagine, I got a bunch of people texting, calling, sending me messages on social media. You alright? And I just really wanted y'all to know that I'm good. There are no crying videos scheduled. There are no psych meds in my system that can make me say or do anything that's not my usual self. And last night, as I went to sleep after a very long week, this week, I was really felt a lot of anxiety. I came into this court case with a lot of different thoughts and feelings just kind of running through my mind. I'm still waiting on TMZ, Atlanta Journal, and various other news outlets to get the transcripts from my actual divorce trial to be unsealed. The judge illegally sealed our court documents because he wanted to minimize his exposure about his abuse in power, his heavy hand, and his rulings being completely egregious. Also, he didn't want anyone to see that every time I attempted to talk, to explain anything, or any time that my attorney attempted to explain anything during the divorce trial, after waiting 2 full years, swimming in legal fees that I never asked for, finally had our day in court to then have the conduct of the judge, Kevin M. Former, to be completely abusive, egregious, all over the place. I respect the law. I don't have a criminal record. In my 15 years of having my first child up to now, I've never missed a child support payment. Even when I did not have it financially, I did whatever I can do to make sure that I never, ever missed a payment. I want you guys to understand something that you don't understand about this particular process, and I'll make it short and sweet. Me and my attorney attempted to shed light on the abuse of power, the fact that this man, as a sitting judge in his private chambers in front of my attorney, a black woman, other black women that work for Tanya Mitchell Graham's law firm, as well as a black male associate who has a mother and sisters just like we all do. He said, you need to go out there and tell your client to shut the fuck up, put your foot on his neck. We went on record and said that that's what he said in his chambers. He also said, I don't care if Samantha is a gold digging bitch, blah, 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 blah. Went on to continue his sentence. That's what was said in the private chambers. I was not back there, so for my lawyers to come out and look physically rattled, my attorney, Tanya Mitchell Graham, had to practice a level of restraint on levels that I know took a whole lot for her to do. This is not about black woman versus black man. It's about saying something is unhinged about this lawyer. Sorry, about this judge. Every time Samantha would talk, her lawyer would get up and talk. It was open season to let them say whatever they want and present their case. Whenever me and my lawyer attempted to talk or say anything, you guys seen the film, you've seen the tape. He was aggressive towards me and my attorney. And after going through an unexpected divorce, signing up for a bunch of retainers and legal fees that I'd never asked for. If you ask me, I got married to do it for the rest of my life. That wasn't the plan for Samantha. We are where we are. I've been doing the best I can to pick up my chin off the ground, my heart being broken in itty bitty pieces and trying to pick it all up and pull it together. So now there was a judgment, and before that judgment could go into the clerk's office, key word, to the clerk's office, before his judgment becomes officially legal, $10,690 a month for a 3-year-old. Everything about his conduct is what we decided to make a priority. Let's go ahead and run this conduct and shed light on the conduct, us not having our legal American due process in court. You're gonna win some, you're gonna lose some, but everybody has a right and an opportunity to get in court and present their just due process. That is what the law is. I just want to ask y'all a question. When you have either been to court yourself or seen it on TV, what is the first thing that happens? The judge comes in, they make everybody stand up. Your Honor, everyone says good morning, good evening, and then the judge sits down, everyone sits down. As soon as it's time for someone to testify, they raise their right hand and they say these words: I swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, under penalty of perjury. At this point, with what I and a whole lot of people have experienced and still experiencing, when it comes to that, they might as well get rid of that. They might as well take the whole right hand truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth, under penalty. They might as well just get rid of that. In the family law court system, under penalty of perjury, it is open season for women to tell lies. Whatever version of the story, whatever twist, even if you come up on the stand to testify, you lie at 5:01 and get caught in a lie at 5:02, and then you change the story at 5:04, and this is all happening in real time, and the court reporter is there typing all of the lies and the inconsistencies of the story every step of the way, under penalty of perjury. And you're sitting there. Your relationship with your child or children is completely compromised. You're sitting there, asshole ripped up from all the legal fees. You getting your ass served on a plate, ripped up legal fees that you never asked for, that you never signed up for. It doesn't matter if you have money or not. Nobody wakes up on a Wednesday and says, I'm going to take all this hard-earned money and go put it in the pockets of attorneys. Nobody does that. But if you have proper representation and they go above and beyond to do the best that they can on your behalf, I think it's very respectful and honorable of you to pay your legal fees. which I've always done. After swearing under penalty of perjury, these are facts. Samantha Gibson got caught in at least 25 lies, maybe 30, under oath. She said, I kicked her and my 1-year-old baby out of the house. She said, I kicked her out of the house. She claims on record under penalty of perjury that I changed the locks on my house. She claims under penalty of perjury that I kicked her and a 1-year-old baby out to the streets and I cut off all the credit cards. These are her words that she put on a legal document under penalty of perjury. She lied. I was in New Jersey shooting a movie. I got on an airplane that left the set 4 hours early before I was supposed to. I flew to Atlanta, attempting to save my marriage and my family in any capacity I could. She got wind of the fact that I was flying home. Her and her mother, stepfather, her trainer, best friend, Chandrika, they all ran to the house, 6-7 deep, packed up 50 boxes, left the house on their own. They were never kicked out. They were never put out. That's a lie under penalty of perjury. The credit card that I cut off was not her personal credit card. It was the credit card from a joint account that me and Samantha shared. You leave me, you take my daughter from me, from us. You want me to leave my credit card active that we both shared so it could be open season to charge my credit card on whatever you want? That doesn't make any logical sense. You packed up all your shit and left the house while I was out of town working on the movie? I have to go back out of town to go finish making this movie? You think I'm about to leave my house wide open for you and all your friends to do a home invasion again and steal all the shit out of the house? I still don't know what she took to this day. I got robbed. Yes, we resided in the same house, but I'm the only one with legal paperwork that says that I actually own the home. So technically, I was actually robbed. A home invasion, and there were 6 accomplices that stole all the shit out the house. What did they steal? What did they take? Her belongings? Did they take any of my belongings? I don't know. I wasn't there. She never sent me any photos or videos of anything that was taken out of the house. But one thing's for sure, I never put her and my daughter out of the house. And when the locks were changed, and I got the receipt with the date, the name of the locksmith company that I used, the locks were changed 4 days after she moved out on her own. Because after talking to my team, they was like, yo, what if she comes back? The door, the code, what if they come back? They'd be like, oh, we left something in the basement. It could be anything. You should get your locks changed, bro. You're out of town. So that's what I did. But is it okay to lie under penalty of perjury? If you're in the family court system, it's open season for lies. You can say whatever you want to say under penalty of perjury. You will never be in contempt of court for being caught on as a liar as a woman. You'll never deal with any repercussions. You'll never be arrested. You'll never have anything to happen to you. And you have literally fucked somebody's reputation up, their career up, business deals, opportunities, things that were brewing and going on. You have messed up your family dynamic with the lies that have been documented on a legal binding piece of paper under penalty of perjury. So now, in closing, there was a paragraph in my prenuptial agreement that clearly states that after we signed a 75, 85 page prenuptial agreement and document, We didn't just sign the last page. We signed and put our signature on the corner of every page of the document. She had her own lawyer. I never hired her. I never paid the retainer for her attorney that did her prenup. I did mine. She did hers. We both had our own individual counsel to go over everything and all of the terms of this prenuptial agreement. One of the terms in the prenuptial agreement, I'm only speaking on this because this is public knowledge. One of the terms inside the prenuptial agreement that no lawyer, no judge, nobody could undo or change is that if Samantha wants to argue about the realness or the validity or the legal binding document called a prenuptial agreement, if she wants to argue anything about anything that we signed off on and put our signatures on, then Samantha Gibson is 100% responsible for covering all of her own legal fees pertaining to arguing about anything that has to do with the validity of our prenuptial agreement. So what did they do today? She argued about the prenuptial agreement. She argued about terms in the prenup. It's called a contested versus a non-contested. If it's non-contested, we're not arguing about anything. These documents is real. It's 100% facts. She knew what she signed. I knew what I signed. It's not non-contested. If it's a contested divorce, if it's a contested prenuptial agreement, then now you're saying some of the things that I signed off on, I'd like to present it and I want to argue about. We can't argue about a prenuptial agreement. Prenuptial agreement, not post-nuptial, prenuptial. A prenuptial agreement says prior to us exchanging our nuptials, prenuptial, we understand that if we ever break up, this marriage dissolve, anything ever happen, there are no child custody terms in a prenup. That's for the court to deal with. But as far as what you get and what I get, what you walk away with, what I walk away with, we have mapped it all out and have a clear understanding in our prenuptial agreement. Everything about what this judge did is a complete violation of the law, the laws of Georgia. The cost of living in Georgia is very minimal compared to New York, compared to LA. Google it. Most expensive cities to live in, and tell me where does Georgia fall on that, which is why a lot of people move here. It does not matter what I make versus what her mother makes. My daughter, TyreseGibson, has never suffered. From the moment her mother took her out of the house, she has never suffered. She has never been without. Her mother makes well over $150,000 a year, which is good for her. Well educated, very smart, very articulate, very capable of getting and keeping a job. A very independent, self-sufficient woman. That's the way it's always been. And once she left me, the job that she had prior to us getting together, she went right back to her job. And they paid her more because she went from being a social worker to a licensed clinical social worker, which I helped her to become. I was her biggest champion and support system to help her and encourage her in any way I could to become an LCSW, which means that what she's making per year is way more than she was making when we met. She's got her blogs, her podcasts, she's selling meal plans, she's got all kind of shit going on. And I'm proud because it does nothing for me to see my ex be away from me or not be with me and just go to the bottom and suffer. That was never the goal. If people work for me and work with me, if I'm in a relationship or not, I don't want anybody to live at the bottom. You ain't with me no more, take that. That's not even how I think. That's not how I move. However, if you happen to be a well-educated woman with multiple degrees, you're smart, you're very capable of having and keeping a job, and you're making well over $150,000 a year, then the actual needs of our child that's now 4 years old, all of the child's needs from you, mommy, and me, daddy, are all being met. The judgment was the judgment. Is anybody surprised? I'm not. Me and my attorney shed light on his racist, aggressive, egregious, illegal, literally illegal. I know he's the judge, but the things that he dropped on us. He grabbed a child support payment from California and brought my child support payment from California here to Georgia. I was paying $2,500 a month on my own with no court order in place since Samantha left me. He turned $2,500 into $10,690. And then he said, yeah, it's good to know you started paying child support on your own. But what I'm gonna do, without a court order, I want your child support payment to be $10,690. He didn't say let's start today. He said retroactively, we're gonna go backwards to 2 years ago and turn that $2,500 into $10,690 from 2 years ago. That is illegal. You can't do that. That is illegal. You violate the terms of my prenuptial agreement. She is supposed to pay 100% of her own legal fees. And you put her legal fees on me. She has 2 law firms working for her. I got one. I'm the one with money, right? She's got 2 different law firms working for her, coming after me. The 2 law firms banking on a pot of gold. You know what they told Samantha? Yeah, you're making $150,000 a month. Once you pay us a $15,000 retainer, sorry, I take that back. $7,500 is what she paid when she hired 2 law firms to represent her 2 years ago. Although she's making $15,000 a month, whatever that number is, with all of her hustles outside of her job, she paid one law firm $7,500 as a retainer, and the lawyers never asked her for any other money. And my attorney in court today asked him, hey, if Samantha's making over $150,000 a year, she's very capable of paying her own legal fees since she's the one who's dragging this entire thing out. So why haven't you guys collected any kind of legal fees while you guys are representing her? You know what they said in court? Do you know what her lawyer's response was as to asking her why hasn't she paid any other legal fee? $1,000, $3,000, $5,000? She's spending money on cosmetic surgery. She's spending money on all kind of shit she's doing with her life. The basic needs of a child are all met. So all of this money that you're getting is money that you're getting outside of what I'm getting. So why do you have 2 different law firms working for you, representing you, and they've only asked you, you can go ahead and step out, bro. Yeah. Y'all go ahead and check in. I'm walking out right now. All right, thank you. You got 2 different law firms working for you. The only money you paid them in 2.5 years was $7,500. And my lawyer, Tanya Mitchell-Graham, asked them, hey, why haven't y'all asked Samantha to pay more of y'all legal fees since y'all out here working so hard, tirelessly, around the clock? 2 different law firms representing one client. Why haven't you guys asked her to pay any of your legal fees when you see in her bank statements, she's spending about $15,000-$16,000 a month, splurging her money, cosmetics, her doing whatever she wants to do. Why haven't y'all guys asked her to pay her own legal fees when she's clearly got the money? You know what their response was? We really like her. It's $500,000, $500,000 in legal fees racked up. And the reason that they never asked their client to pay any other legal fees is because they said on record, we really like her. Now, I don't know about y'all, but I don't know if anybody likes me for $500,000 to just hope and pray that the millionaire celebrity entertainer guy has a pot of gold waiting on us at the end of the rainbow. You know, when they said that shit, man, I was in the courtroom and I just imagined them saying, Your Honor, we really like her. We really like her. We're hoping that you can manipulate the system and do whatever you know. It's an inside thing. You know, you got me, I got you. Make a ruling on our legal fees. The prenuptial agreement says that Sam is supposed to pay all of her own legal fees because everything about what she get and what I get when the divorce is over has already been established. Let's go ahead and forge this document. Let's go ahead and break the prenup. What the fuck is the point of a prenup if you're not gonna have an opportunity to negotiate your nuptials and not have shit to backfire? $500,000, 2 law firms. Why didn't they ask her for more money or for making over $150,000 a year? Because we really like her, is what they said. So y'all do whatever y'all want to do with that information. And as far as why I didn't make that payment or why I was behind on a particular payment, me and my attorney attempted to get this judge thrown off the bench. So therefore, although he made a judgment, everything about his judgment was beyond the scope of the law, the legal law of Georgia. So why are we going to start making child support payments when you grab a child support payment from California, which has nothing to do with Georgia? Why are we going to do that? So I was advised to not start paying child support. And so I was in contempt. She was in contempt as well. But you know what they did? They got rid of her contempt of court. And they said I was in contempt of court and they stuck it to me. Why was Samantha under contempt of court? I'll tell you. Glad you asked. There was a woman that Samantha and her 2 law firms hired. A black woman who was a special master who specializes in helping 2 different lawyers to get to the bottom of what they're going to do with a particular issue. It's called a special master. Samantha requested the special master, not me. The woman, this black woman, did her job and did it well. I had to pay for half of the special master, even though I never asked for it. Samantha had to pay her half of the special master. Samantha never paid her half of the special master when she's the one who requested her. She's not in contempt of court. But what I'm in contempt of court of, they stuck it to me. Not only is she not in contempt of court for not paying a special master that she hired, you know what else they did? They made me pay 100% of the special master's fee today. I never asked for this woman. I never asked for a special master. She did. And she ran from the invoice of someone that she was supposed to pay that she requested. So when I tell y'all, man, this family law shit is fucked up, oh my. I just want to say in closing, shout out to all the fathers. Shout out to all of the fathers that came out today. It was not only fathers that came out today, but it was also a bunch of women that came out. And I want to apologize because I told y'all to come and meet me on the steps of the courthouse, to not realize that I should have been more specific about what door number, what street. So everywhere they was walking around, hey, is Tyrese supposed to be praying here? They don't know nothing about it. They sent them away. Hey, is Tyrese? Hey, it's Tyrese. I heard Tyrese. They was looking for me. And outside of that, they told me that it would not be in your best interest. I was told, I was advised, it would not be in your best interest to pray in front of this courthouse. I said, listen, man, I apologize. Everything I do, I bring the Lord Jesus Christ into everything that I do. Not expecting to win, but expecting to at least be covered. What more do you want from me? Oh my God.
Tell us what you think down in the comment section, and don't forget to like, subscribe and share.